$600. That one's heavy.
Put it up against the lift.
Hey guys, Jim and Steve back with the Ziggy Brothers. We know it's been a little bit since we've made a video, but 3 weeks, which is probably our longest in a long time since we've taken a little bit of a break. But partially it was because we're so busy. We've been doing a lot of stuff with this new business that we've got up and running. And you want to talk a little bit about this truck?
Yeah, this goes back to everybody saying miles is what's more important than age. It's not true.
Not true.
Look at this truck. How many miles, Jim?
13,000.
Yeah, it's a plow truck, but same thing. It's a 2009?
I think so.
Yeah, so say it's 15 years old. 16 years old almost. 13,000 miles. Yes, it was used for plowing, but...
Yeah, what does it have in the bed? A big old plow.
Yeah. So if your guys are still buying these 7.3s, they're listed for 40 grand. They got 20, 30,000 miles on it. They need everything done to them. People say no, the mileage is more important. No, the age, the mileage,
yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah,
you
basically.
get the point. And you have to take a look at these trucks, these older trucks. All right, this truck could have 10,000 miles on it, or 30,000 miles, let's say, but why? Why does it only have that amount of miles? Did it sit, or was it used for plowing like this was, and salting? If it sat, it's gonna need
everything.
Calipers, rotors, pads, everything's going to be stuck from sitting. It's going to need brake lines to deteriorate with age. I don't know about these Tritons, but it's going to need probably spark plug wire. Mice get into things like crazy, even if it's inside a garage or it's barn kept, or garage kept, however you want to put it. 13,000 miles, look at this thing. It looks like crap as it sits here now. But once we get done with it, it's going to look brand new probably.
Yeah. I'll say a few things about this truck. This truck has been a horror story so far for us. We know this is going to be a big home run because of the mileage, and obviously people out there want the lower mile truck. This truck needs everything, minus probably motor work. It needs a fuel pump. Let's just do a quick walk around. It's dusty, it's been sitting forever, probably had some sort of brake failure or something. Needs a fuel pump from sitting though. And this truck had been sitting so long that the rear calipers were completely locked up and we could not get this loaded onto the trailer. So we actually had to cut the caliper in half to get it off. It was literally welded to the rotor, the brake pads.
We tried to cut the brake hose first to release the pressure. Yeah. Trying on it every which way with, I don't know if the bar's here, maybe a 3-foot bar.
Yeah.
And it didn't even budge it. So like Jim said, we had to literally, we'll show that it's in the back of my pickup truck.
Yeah, we had to take a grinder and go right down the middle to actually get the caliper to spread apart.
Technically, if you guys are all, not you guys, in general, people are worried about mileage, how many miles did the wheels roll? And this is a good example of a low mile truck, if that's what you're looking for. When we're done with it, we're going to be putting all new brakes, calipers, pads, rotors, brake lines. The fuel lines are actually in great shape somehow, unless they were replaced. We're going to put a newer dump body on it. The tires are in great shape. Yeah, technically the engine has low hours, but it's just, it is what it is because they're plow miles.
Yeah.
But you still see these 7.3 pickup trucks. Back in the day, they were like 30 grand, maybe 35 grand, maybe the highest model was 40, maybe a crew cab dually Lariat. Is that that was top of the line?
Probably.
And some people have them on there for 30 grand, like they didn't drive it off the lot. The car depreciates 20% of its value. And is that the word I'm looking for? It depreciates? I don't know. It loses about 20% of its value. The second you drive it off the lot, it's then considered a used vehicle. And here these people are selling their trucks that they are original owners, 20, 30,000 miles on them. Basically what they paid for them 25 years ago. It makes absolutely no sense, but because people are buying them, that's why they're being sold. People are still buying them, yes. I guess you could look at it, would you rather spend 30 grand on a truck, a 7.3, and know that you can have it forever? If you're the next buyer, yes, I'd rather do that than spend 80. but you can get the same rust-free truck for 3 or 4 grand and dump like 6 or 7 into it and be into it for somewhere around the 10 to 12 range and be done with it. Versus you're buying that truck at 30 grand, it needs everything done to the motor. All the seals, all the rubber gaskets, all the components. It's gonna need brakes probably from sitting. It's gonna need work. You're not turning the key and just driving it. It's just not gonna happen. Even if the guy took the best shape of it, it's how they seal these motors from the factory with the glue and the O-rings. It's all age, dry rot. It goes by age. That's my opinion. I firmly stick to that.
Steve's going on a little bit of a rant this morning, it seems. This isn't even a 7.3.
It's got 13,000 miles on it.
This is a V10 Triton.
This truck drove
still same thing.
Circle for its entire life.
Across the board, it's the same thing. The mileage does not matter. It's the age. Within maybe in the first 5 years or something.
To an extent,
but this
you don't
truck's
want to buy
15.
a truck with 800,000 miles on it.
Yeah.
I'd rather have 10 or 12 into a truck by purchasing it for 5 or 6 and putting 5 or 6 into it and calling it done, versus buying a used truck for 20 or 30 and still having to dump 7 or 8 into it, because the stuff's going to start leaking. Brakes are going to need to be attended to. Transmission, I mean, it's just the list goes on and on and on.
Yeah.
Which brings us to what we bought. We telling them what we bought yet?
Save that for another video. But let's focus on this truck right here. We bought a couple big things.
I mean,
well, let me put it this way. The reason we haven't been making videos is because we've been so focused on getting this business up and running that there hasn't been as much time to make videos. We've really got a couple good things coming in that's going to push us over the edge with this business and really get things going for the new year. Now that it's February, it's going to be really rocking and rolling. But the plan for this truck is basically to do a mini restore on it, clean all the paint up. The cab's in pretty good shape. The frame's in good shape. The inside's in good shape.
There's no rot on these rockers. The floors are in good shape.
It's in good shape. The dump body's beat to shit.
That's just, it held the Salter for its entire life.
And yeah, the wheels are actually in pretty good shape too, right?
What do you think? 13,000 miles from a township. They used it only for plowing, because there'd be more miles that they used it throughout the year. So it just sat, probably whatever salt was left from there, it just sat here until it was time for the winter again.
Yeah.
And it's an 09. It's been parked since 2016 or 17. So they only got 8 years out of it.
Yeah,
of plowing.
Pretty bad.
Yeah, I mean, all they had to do is literally wash the salt out. Maybe, I know townships aren't huge on really cleaning the trucks after the snow goes, because it's not their truck, it's the township's truck. But I mean, just a quick pressure wash, or not a car wash, but like a little setup at these townships to just drive over and shoot water up to knock the salt. This truck would still be going.
Yeah.
With the same dump body. Yeah, it'd still be rusted a little bit, but like, this is bad. This body is shot, which is what we gotta get going now, Jim. So
let's go. So we're gonna lift the body up and take this piece of crap off the scrap.
Yep.
Let's get going. Enough talking. It's already a couple hours in on a Monday. We gotta get going. Should have dumped it right on that.
I mean, it's also not the end of the world if we can't get this scrap, if we get this still off and just put it here and put a tarp over it. So
Yeah, doesn't
just,
seem...
it is what it is, I guess, with that. It's just those 2 bars, that's all it is.
All right, guys, so we hit a little bit of a roadblock for today on this truck, at least. This would be probably shown a little bit more in another video. The torch is broken right now. I'm waiting on parts to fix the end of where like the trigger is. So that is unfortunate. Spent the whole day kind of cutting off these hinges with an angle grinder, which really isn't that good. Torch is way better. So this will be having to go back on the back burner for right now. Tried to lift it up with the skid steer just to, because we wanted to cut the underneath off too, because we're trying to leave the hydraulics in place without getting too messy with lines and all that. So we're trying to take the body off and then leave the subframe just for now, so that we don't have hoses and all that, because this has central hydraulics, so it's running all throughout the truck. It's going to be one big mess to cut the subframe off as one unit and then have all the hoses kind of be cut and dangling, and more work than it needs to be, in my opinion. I'd rather just cut around all of the other stuff and leave that in place until later, until we know exactly what we're doing with it, because we may be putting another dump body back on here, so we'll see what happens there. But this truck, now that it's out in the light, it looks a little bit better, but it needs a deep clean. I have a new set of headlights for it. The moss and the whatever this is, all this mold, whatever, needs to be cleaned off. The dump body, he said, will be replaced. A mini restoration though, we'll stay tuned on that for today. But the big thing is today is that we have a big snowstorm coming tomorrow out of kind of nowhere. It's gonna get over a foot, I think, here. So everything in this parking lot needs to be organized properly. And this wasn't the plan originally to show what was coming today, but we have a tractor trailer dropping off something here that we bought that we really need to be prepared for, because it is huge. So it's gonna take a lot of maneuvering to get stuff in the right spot for this tractor trailer to be able to pull into our parking lot and get this monster unloaded. So we'll stay tuned there in a little bit. We'll get some stuff organized, get ready for this snow, and we'll see what time this tractor trailer drops off this beauty. All right, guys, I never got to put a formal end on the video yesterday, but gotta love it, the GoPro didn't record any of the audio to finish the video. Unfortunate, but is what it is. The tractor trailer ended up not dropping off that massive piece of equipment, I'll call it, yesterday. They didn't have it on their schedule or whatever, so it's going to be on Wednesday, which we'll definitely be sure to get that on film. But we got everything organized for the snow. We're ready to go. It's snowing outside right now. We're gonna get like I think we're gonna get like 6 to 8 inches here. A little bit less than they originally forecasted, but anyways, just wanted to formally wrap up the video. Hope everybody's staying safe out in the snow. And this video just sets the stage kind of for what's coming, so stay tuned if you want to see the biggest thing we've ever bought, I think. And I guess, yeah, we'll see you guys in the next one.